Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the mathematics classes. This is for class 9, and today we are going to start coordinate geometry. So this is the first part. As this is first part, so we will be getting familiar with what is basically coordinate geometry. So let us discuss something. How do we locate our home or house of friends in or relatives? See, whenever we want to go to any friend's house or any relative's house, we need to locate their home. No? So what we do? We all have our address. How is our address? The name, house number, block, sector, district, state, country, and so on. So this is the address of any person that we know, and then we just move to that particular house. Now, can we find the address of house without any help? Suppose you don't have gone to Bokaro any time where you don't know where is Bokaro. What will you do? Can you find the address without help? The answer is no. Why? We need to ask someone about the address. We need to ask how will we ask? We'll ask what is the state. Then we will move to that state, and then we will look for the district. Then we will go to district. In the district, we will ask where sector 3 is, because if you don't know the district, where the sector 3 is, you don't know. Then we will look for block B, and in block B, we will look the house 23, and then we will meet Mr. Kumar. So this is the way we will be asking, going to a particular house. That means we are not able to locate any address directly. Is any other way to find the address without any help? Yes, there is a way. Now what is that particular way? See, as technology has grown, we can use Google Map. That means if the person has sent you the location of his house, you can move to his house by help of Google Maps, which will show you the direction where to go. It will take you the exact location. How do Google help? But how do Google helps? How do Google knows where to go? It makes the location on the basis of longitude and latitude position on Earth. I think these two things you have already studied in geography. Here the location is also called coordinate or a point. Here whatever place we are going is also called coordinate. That is, we can say there is the coordinate of a particular person on Earth. So we can see what is longitude and what is latitude basically. Again, let us go through that. Here you can see these two virtual line which is moving from north pole to south pole on the Earth's surface is called longitude, and you know that this is the equator, and the lines parallel to the equator is called latitude. So if you know both the number, you see one longitude and one latitude will cross a particular point, and where they cross is the point where you are looking for, and the Google do the exact thing. It noted it has got some mechanism to locate that particular point. So we will study today how the points are being located. So the main thing now, let's come to the point is what is coordinate geometry. Now coordinate geometry provides a connection between algebra and geometry through graph of lines and curves. That means we can express lines and curves in terms of algebraic expression. That means algebraic expression will help you to draw the line, curves and other things that we will study later on. Let's do one by one. So the coordinate geometry is an important branch of mathematics. It mainly helps us to locate the points in a plane. Now see here, in a plane. Now what is the plane? Now we will see what the plane is. Its use are spread in all fields where trigonometry, calculus, and dimensional geometry, and each and every places we have to study this coordinate geometry. It is very important part of mathematics. So we will see once. Let us see another definition of coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry is study of algebraic equation on graph. That means In coordinate geometry, we just study the equation of algebra that we have studied in 7, 8. Example, coordinate geometry is plotting point, lines and curves. We have already done the graphical work of mathematics in grade also, 8 also. So the same thing here, we can express the things in terms of algebra. That you have not done, we will do that now. Again, we also can say that coordinate geometry is a tool which fixes our position in this big world. It helps us to receive our own position and the relative position of other entities. That means it tells you where you are and where others are relative to your position. It is used in every day in physics. GPS, you have heard about GPS, that means Global Positioning System. That means nowadays GPS is mandatory for school buses. Now what is the benefit of using GPS? That means a parent can monitor his bus where his child bus is moving. So whenever he have to move to the bus stop or when the child is coming back, he can locate the bus where the bus is and when he have to move to the bus stop to get his child. So he will not have to wait at the bus stop for longer time. Even computer monitor use basic ideas of coordinate geometry. Complex curve, conics and shapes can be mathematically defined. That means you know there is a circle, there is rectangle, there is triangle, cone, different shapes are there, and each and every shapes can be defined by algebraic expression. Like simply that a linear equation like y is equal to 3x plus 2. Now this is algebraic expression, or this you can say is a polynomial of degree 1. So this particular equation represents a line. That means if you use this particular expression to draw a line, a straight line will be drawn and the line will always be straight. Similarly, if you will use a polynomial of degree 2, a curved line will be there. It may be a circle also. Okay. Similarly, if you are using cubic, curve of at least 3 curves can be there. So different type of shape can be drawn that you will learn later on. Now let us come to the Cartesian coordinate system. What is that? In this particular system, a point is uniquely defined in the plane by a set of numeral coordinates. That means a point is defined by a set of numbers where the point is, which are the signed distance to the point from two fixed perpendicular oriented line. Now here what is saying, the point is signed, that means assigned fixed distance from two perpendicular lines. Now two perpendicular line means one line is perpendicular to another, that means both the lines are making 90-degree angles among them. Okay, and the distance is measured in unit length, whatever unit length it may be centimeter, it might be millimeter, it might be meter, it might be kilometer, whatever you want you can measure this distance in that. Basically this system was developed by René Descartes. He solved the problem of describing a position. Earlier there was no any system of defining a particular position in a plane. So in order of Descartes, the system used for describing the position of a point in a plane is known as Cartesian system. Okay, so Descartes is the man who is behind this. So Descartes invented the idea of placing two lines perpendicular to each other on a plane and locating point on the plane by referring to this line. So let us see what these lines may be. These are similar to the number line that we studied for integral in previous classes. We all have studied about number line. There is a horizontal line where we put the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3 and left side we put -1, -2, -3. So that is called basically a number line. So the same type of number line is used in this system also. But the difference is in number line we use single line, and here we will use two lines perpendicular to each other. Okay. Here you can see the example. Here you see that this is a number line, this is horizontal, and this is again a number line which is called vertical. Okay, so here two lines are there which are perpendicular to each other, and they are numbered 1, 2 and so on, and this one. So let us define these things one by one, what the numbers are there and why we are defining. So the horizontal line is called x-axis. You can see the horizontal line, it is called x-axis or abscissa. Just remember the name abscissa. X-axis is abscissa, and the vertical line is called y-axis. This vertical line is called y-axis or ordinate. Abscissa and ordinate. Remember these two words, because in future this particular word will be referred for your different axes. Next point, the two line meets at a point called origin. See, two lines are meeting, which is the 0 for both the lines, and it is represented by O. You can see this particular line where we have got this circle. This is called the origin, and it is represented by the letter O. X-axis is denoted by x dash. You can say here the dash, or here we say the general x dash, y dash. For x-axis, the right side of the origin is positive. That means this is origin, and this side you are seeing the positive value, while the left side you are seeing the negative value. For the y-axis, the upper side is positive and lower side is negative. You can see here x-axis, x dash, y dash. Now remember, x is written at the positive side and x dash is written as negative side. Why? Because it's a reverse. So y and y dash. So these are the important terms that you should remember. What is x? What is x dash? X-axis represented in x and x dash format. The center point of both the axes are O, and that is called origin. Now quadrant. Now what is quadrant? You can see that the axis is divided the plane into four parts. Now you can see this particular axis. There are two axes, x and y. It is dividing the plane into basically four parts. How many parts? Four parts, and each is numbered at 1, 2, 3 and 4 quadrant. These all quadrant means 1/4. So the whole area is divided into four parts: quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. So one thing you will have to remember, that in quadrant 1 the value of x, y are both positive. In quadrant 2 value of x and y, x is negative, y is positive. In quadrant 3 both values are negative, and in quadrant 4 x is positive, y is negative. We will look how to get the point. The plane now what is Cartesian plane? Cartesian plane, the plane consisting of axes and this quadrant is called Cartesian plane, or it is also called coordinate plane or xy plane. See, generally we can see our paper on which we are drawing the graph is a sheet, and that sheet is our Cartesian plane. We can also say the wall. If we are drawing something on the wall, then the wall is a Cartesian plane. If we are writing something on the blackboard or the green board, the green board is Cartesian plane. If we are drawing something on the roof, so that roof become Cartesian plane where length and breadth is there. So the Cartesian plane is simply a plane where we can draw these two vertical lines to represent a particular point. The axes are called coordinate axes. Now the word coordinate, that means the axis, these two axes, x and y axes, are called coordinate axes. Now the main thing, let us go to the coordinate point. Now how will we define a point? Any point P on Cartesian plane is represented by two numbers called coordinate. Now the two numbers are called coordinate. It consists of a x value and a y value. It will have two values, one value is x and one value is y. It is written as pxy, that means the point P, and in bracket we are writing the value of x and that value of y. That means this point, whatever, depending on the value, the point will be represented. Now we will see how the point will be represented in just few minutes. The perpendicular distance of point P from the y-axis is the value of it. That means if this is our axis, if the point is here, the distance from this one to this one, then this distance is called x, and the distance from this point to this x-axis is called value of y. Clear? Here confusions are there, so don't confuse. The distance from y-axis to the point is the x value, and distance from x to the x-axis to the point is called y value. We will see this example. Now here we have taken some point. You can see some point over here. Let me change the color of the pen because we are already using red over here. So now see here, there is a point 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 here. P, Q, R, S, T. So one by one we will see. Now about this point, let us discuss. What will be its x value? The x value will be the perpendicular distance of this point from y. So from y, this is y, so let us distance 1, 2 and 3. So its x-axis is, x value is 3. Now y value is perpendicular distance from x, that is 1 and 2. So its value is 3 and 2, x3, y2. Similarly, if we talk about q, minus 3, 1, that means this is negative direction, so minus 3 is there and then 1 is there. See, as I have told you to take the distance from this one, so if you put a parallel line of y from this point, it will meet at x and give you the x coordinate. So one thing what you can do, you can draw a perpendicular from point to the x coordinate, and whatever number you will get, it is the x coordinate of that. Similarly, if you put a perpendicular line from here to here, then it will meet a particular point and this will give you y-axis. So this way we just measure or see, but don't confuse it with the distance. See, we are drawing a perpendicular from this point to this point. That means we are not finding the distance from here to here. But if this particular line is meeting here, that means we are finding this particular distance. That means the distance from x to y. So that is the y1 here, because we are basically drawing a parallel line from the of x-axis, and if we are drawing parallel line of x-axis, the line here it will meet is the y coordinate. Similarly, if we are drawing a parallel line of y coordinate, it will meet at a point and that will be x coordinate. So similarly, you can see the numbers, that is minus 4. See, in this quadrant I have already told you that negative points are there. So here what you see, this point, if we want to take the x point, so just draw straight and it is meeting at minus 4. So the x coordinate is minus 4 and here it is meeting at 2, so it is minus 2. Now here you can see 4 and 0. So the x coordinate, the line is on the x axis. So the point is on x axis. So what is happening? On any particular axis, the other coordinate is 0. That means if the point is on x axis, the y coordinate will be 0, and if the point is on y axis, the x coordinate will be 0. Remember that one. Y. Now we can see the distance from origin is on the x. See, basically we will have to find the distance of the point in the relative to x position. So x position distance is 4. So we have taken 4, and y position, there is no y position, it is on 0 point. So it is 0 over here. Similarly, if we take the point T, here what is happening? The point lies on y axis. So if you try to find the distance of x, the distance of x is nothing, because this line meets at origin. So the x point is 0, and the line, where is it on the y axis? It is on the third point, so it is 3x. So to find any point, just I am taking this one, just draw the two perpendicular lines and see wherever it is cutting on x axis is your x coordinate, and wherever it is cutting on y axis is your y coordinate. So this is the simple way of getting a point. Now if I want to draw a point, now if someone say put a point on the location where x coordinate is, let me write a point here, x 3, 5. Now what is saying? We are drawing here the x coordinate is, sorry, I am not taking minus. In fact, let me again take it. X 3, 5. So x coordinate, first let us take where the x coordinate is. So we will go to x coordinate, that is 3 over here. So this one is 3. We will draw a perpendicular line from 3. Here straight line is drawn. Now next is 5. So we will go to origin 5. So here it is not 5. So only it is till 4. So let us take a 4 here. So now at 4 we will draw a perpendicular line to y axis. The line is meeting over here. Wherever the two lines meet, that is your point. This is our point x 3, 4. So this way we will be drawing a point on the graph, or even we can draw in the on a plain paper also. But if we are drawing on the plain paper, beware, that means be careful. If you are drawing the axes, it should be perpendicular to each other, and whenever you are drawing the units, each and every unit should be on equal distance. After that, the point you are taking, from there you will have to take a perpendicular distance. For the example, what I have done, I have taken the line which was crossing both the side. But if you will take a simple, I am taking another point y, where I am taking minus 3 and minus 3 and 3. Okay, so in that case we can check that minus 3 is this side and 3 is this side. So the line should not be drawn in the other coordinate. So this is in the second coordinate. So second coordinate, what we will do? We will go to minus 3. So this is minus 3. We draw, since our point is in this quadrant. So we will draw a perpendicular line, right? Now till 3. Now 3 is here. This 3 is there. Again here we are getting a perpendicular line, and this particular point will be pointing to this particular. This is the point that we have to get. So I hope you will be able to trace the point. If the point is given, you will be able to trace it, and if it is asked to trace a given point, you can get it on the Cartesian plane or coordinate or xy plane. So for today, thank you. We will discuss the next advanced thing in the next session.